So today in this session, we are going to be discuss about the mobile threat and mobile security. So then how this mobile is affecting our day-to-day life. And along with that, we will see that how the statistics are increasing in mobile usage and these all. And even we can discuss about that how what about this recent days we heard so many attacks, especially on these devices, mobile devices, majorly they're targeting that Android devices. And how this we have to be end these attacks actually by using some settings in your devices. Along with that, we will discuss and how the attackers will be try to get your data, sensitive information, along with your financial details, and even that some of the games, how they are trying to get your credit card details, and these all we can be discussed here. So now, first of all, we are going to be discuss about these mobile devices. Why these mobile devices number is increasing tremendously, and when compared to all other OS, actually Android OS is ruling almost actually. So why like this it is happening? This is the first question we have to be discuss actually. And then when I said this Android, people know that very most of the people knows that Android is a open source. When I said open source, the word it is indicating that so anybody can download that version, means OS, and then they can do their own customization and they can design their own devices. Like OEM people are what they are doing the same, and that is that devices are now ready. So that is a open source. When I am saying that means that OS OEM people can take and they can design their devices. Now the devices are ready. Then what about the software and apps? This is the second category. So then when I'm saying then about these apps actually, so we, if you are suppose if you are analyzing yourself, then how much time you are spending on your mobile, and how much time you are not only just talking with the mobile, I'm saying then how much time you are using your mobile for the browsing, maybe the calling, maybe the calculator, maybe the capturing the pic. Otherwise you are and if somebody some if the kids are there, then they are playing this with the mobile, and these all the works we can do it using the mobile actually. So whenever we are saying these all the activities we are doing and on a single device, then I can say that, so if I can say that the usage will be increased automatically. But so then why this many options are user needed? So means, see, very simple. Suppose if you are facing a difficulty with any other task, suppose simply I can say like this. If you want to capture that one document, the scanner you need, you want to send the documents to so and so person. So normally, previous in a old just couple of years back, what we did, so we taken this papers and go for the Xerox shop, then take a scan and mail it. Otherwise, first send it to your mail, then send it to the rest of the person. Like that, we did. It is some work is a little complex actually. But when now is somebody asking to send the document, otherwise that send the scan copy, like that somebody is asking. Then what we are doing most of the time, just take the mobile from your pocket and then scan your device, that document with the device, and then upload into the WhatsApp. Otherwise send to in the Gmail. So whatever the mode you want to transfer, you can transfer it. So no need to be go anywhere, and no need to be waste the time, and no need to be spend some bugs actually. So then this is a point where the people are attracting to these Android devices. So that means the developers are identifying that what exactly the user needed. So that can be in the form of complexity of the work. Otherwise, sometimes even with that, to get some more knowledge also about some books, if you want to read it, no need to purchase the books. You can go ahead and take the e-books, and you can read when you're traveling also easily on your mobile only. No need to carry the books and no need to do anything. So like this, that means the user requirements are major things to the developer. And so then how this developer can develop these applications now? So again, the same word, Google is providing Android as a open source. Android Studio is available. So the developer can easily develop that applications by using this open source. We have a open source, so we can be develop the application easily by using these tools. Actually, there are so many tools are available. Why? Because Android is purely depends upon the Linux in the background, as well as the program is completely written in the Java. So both again the open sources. So that is the reason that developers already having some good knowledge about these basic frameworks, and above that, so whatever they have some idea, they're simply implementing using some better support from the Google, as well as that some discussion groups. Actually, some blogs are there. By using that, the people can solve their problems, and whatever they want, they can be derive it easily. So these makes Android more comfortable to the developers as well as the users. So that is one of the reason we can say that the Android users are increasing in a number in day-to-day life. So every time we are hearing sometime now also that some sale is happening now, that somebody will say the Republic Day sale, somebody say that Big Billions Day sale, whatever it is. So the people that when you are end of this sale or something, if you see the statistics at any time, the first highest sold items is always that means the category always will be the mobiles and mobile accessories only. Okay, so that means we have to be understand then how people are using this mobile, how the people are attracting these mobiles. So that is that major invoking point where these Android users are increasing. So whenever we are saying that Android users are increasing, so that is even depend upon that automatically it is directly proportional to that data usage, obviously. Why? Because if I have a smartphone, can anybody can imagine that without that mobile data, I can use that my phone happily, means that without any lag or something, and whatever I want, I can use then without using the mobile data. Is it possible? I hope the answer will be no from everybody. So then why? Because the smartphone is nothing but the starting state, means that whenever you are boot that device, the starting step onwards, it needs that data. So the Google needs the data, Gmail, that Google Suite, completely all the Google apps needs that data. And after that, whatever the application you are using, somebody says that Facebook, somebody says the social websites, and these all are compulsory needs that data. That's it. So then, so now what is the thing? So then smartphones are increasing automatically. The usage of this data also, consuming the data also increasing. So we cannot say it is a drawback or something, and we cannot say this due to this something is happening. So why? Because there are obviously there are another side of the coin we can see that then it is obviously advantage to that people who can show their talent. Okay, by using this, so somebody can develop the best application, and then it can be useful to everybody. And the same time, so whenever this number of the devices and number of the users are more, then automatically what will happen? Some people may not use this technology in a proper way. They are ready to store the data, and then they want to be sell it. Otherwise, they want to do some activities based upon your sensitive information. So this sensitive information can be like your photos, like your videos. Sometimes it can be your financial details, and sometimes it can be your sensitive information like a passwords. Okay, so then sometimes even it can be more like a conversation. Suppose the voice recorders and these all can be included in this attacking manners only. That means if attack was happened on the device, so easily he can be get your data, correct? So if he get the data, then he can do anything with that. Means he can be posted in the public. Otherwise, he can ask you for pay the amount for that to release that pics. Otherwise, release the data. And even sometimes we can see that the people, but to like a fun, they will do these kind of activities to block the device continuously. So that means Once that attack was happen, then means that if your device is compromised, he will be lock the device. That's it. You are unable to open it. Even that option won't available even if you want to do the factory reset. Why? Because your device is not accepting if a pattern or nothing, it will be accept actually. So then, so these all are this is a complexity also there as well as advantages also there. So, but one thing we have to be remember. So then the mobiles are become as a basic necessity to all the human beings nowadays. Okay, I'm not saying all the smartphones only. So phones, all the mobiles I'm saying, but in this also most of the share is belongs to that smartphones only. So then even the people, the layman perspective, I'm not saying the technical people, even the layman perspective, even the person don't know about that, even he is a not literate. Okay, then that person also can nowadays holding the mobile. So just you want to know that what you want to do with the device. If you are asking that kind of person, he will say that very good answers which make a sense actually. So he say that I can watch the movies easily. I got a 1 GB data daily, so I can watch the one movie daily. Otherwise, say that this is the green button is available. If this a green app is available, if I open that and I can somebody can call a call, then his photo will come. I can talk with him with the video. So these are the answers we are listening from some of the persons, which he don't know what is that even what is this device can do. Okay, and what are the permissions we are providing? What is this device? How much this damage can this device do to their personal life? They don't know these all, but they are using the mobile happily. So when I'm saying this, why I'm raising this concern? So the one point I can say that if that person's some personal data, if it is there, okay, by knowingly or unknowingly, if he captured something, okay, if some attacker or somebody captured got that sensitive information, so what he will do, he use that images and he use that information in that social engineering. So this is the one of the famous attack nowadays we are hearing. According to that 19 and 2019 and 2020, one attack is increasing day by day tremendously. That attack, we call it as a social engineering attack. We call it as a social engineering attack. The social engineering attack is a majorly belongs to that. Means technically, if you want to discuss, then it is accessibility service. One permission is available in Android. So in your device also, you can once if you go for the settings and just type it accessibility service. Okay, that actually the intention of this accessibility is that visually impaired people can use a device with that voice control. For that is the reason they developed it as a accessibility service. But some attackers are using some that bad coding people, the developers are doing this for different purpose. What those people are doing, the question is what those people are doing. So those people are using this accessibility service to read the data whatever it is available on the screen. Once if you provide the accessibility service permission to the so and XYZ application, now that application can easily read the data whatever it is available on your screen. Suppose if you open the WhatsApp and you're typing some message, so that whatever the message you are typing and already what is available on the screen, this entire data, that application which have accessibility service, that application can read it easily. In the older version, it's so easy. Now in the 10 onwards, that is make a little complex, but still there is a chance. So if you are having some kind of pictures, otherwise something inside this WhatsApp group, otherwise not only the WhatsApp, I'm saying that Insta you can take, Facebook you can take, or Snapchat you can take, anything you can take. Why? Because these all applications data will be stored internally of this device. We call it as a shared preference. The data will be stored inside the shared preference only. So whenever the data will be stored inside the device, if this application have accessibility service, then this application also now access your data. Whenever it is access your data, now what is happening now? So the data which is available inside this personal data, some slash data. So then that whatever the images, whatever there it is available in that folder, that entire information can be sent to can be read by the other application. So now what will happen? Sometimes people will write some notes in their device. They thought like that we are forgetting something. So I want to be writing the notes. Then nobody can see it in my mobile and I won't forget anything. So what if your device is compromised? So the question is, if your device is compromised, then what about the data which is available inside the notes? The notes is encrypted? Never. Correct? So most of the notes apps are not encrypting their data. It's a plain text. If you write some username and password in that, so now your device is compromised. So what is the next step then? What you will do then? Some people are think like that, say if no, there's username and password also, OTP I only get now. So what is the use of username and password? So then OTP, you can think that you will only get it, but there is one more technology is available, SIM swapping. Okay, so if I do that SIM swap, then I can get the OTP and as well, however you are getting the same way, I will also get it. So then before you read and do some action, then I will enter the OTP and I can transfer the data or transfer the amount. Not only the amount, any data or verification, something if you are doing this. So I can do that before you only. So then these kind of different kind of attacks are available. So and day by day we are seeing that different terminologies people are using to attack it. Actually, the ransomware and these all are increasing day by day. If you are thinking this is the 100% is a secure, can you say that your device is 100% secure? Even that iPhone also, we cannot say that 100% secure. It is also compromised so many times. So then, when even compared to that iPhone, Android is facing so many problems. Why this is? So then why this is means you can see these statistics actually. You can see the statistics, how that usage of the smartphone is increasing in India. We know that, so almost every person is holding the mobile. Sometimes the person have the 2 to 3 mobiles also. This is a head count we are telling. Then what about the organizations? So these all are in a huge number. This is the estimated count actually up to the next year. 442.5 million smartphones we have in India, we will get in India, they told. But due to the pandemic situation, so it is already increased 445. 445 it is already reached. It almost nearer to the 400. 445, this is the last years actually. That means end of the last 2019. So now you can imagine then how it is increasing day by day. So then we know that after this pandemic, maybe you also observed in your home. So previously, if it is only 1 or 2 mobiles for the parents, but now even your kid also have a phone now. Why? Because online classes. So you cannot say no for it. So obviously you have to provide the mobile now. So it may be in the sense of the tab, otherwise the mobile or something else. So, but the final thing is what is happening. So people are, means that human beings are increasing their usage of the smartphones. So the kids, if they are using that mobiles for almost 8 hours per day, is a minimum time I'm saying then. In your home also, if kids are there, you can easily count it one day. Then obviously, at least 8 hours nowadays they are using the mobile. Okay, so then are you expecting this 8 hours they are using this mobile for listening the classes only? Are you sure about that? I hope nobody says that 100% my kid is using for only for the studies. Sometimes he can browse something. Sometimes he can be checked with that WhatsApp groups with his college or schoolmates, and sometimes he can use it for the playing the games. Or sometimes he can watch the movies or videos, or it can be anything. We cannot observe him 24/7. So then, in that case, suppose if that mobile is belongs to him, but the credentials are yours. So it is very bad thing. Then it can be happen sometimes. Why? Because he can be purchased the mobile apps. Otherwise, he can be send some mails if your mail also be integrated with that. So many different directions we have. So that can be affect the people's life, and that is also be day-to-day life actually. Okay, so then when I'm saying that these many numbers of the people are increasing, the statistics are increasing day by day, then what will happen in the second case? The usage of the mobile internet also be almost, it will be uh, increasing, almost it reached to be 500 millions already. So then how the number of this data usage is increasing, the same way it can be affect the mobile also mobile internet also. So the mobile number it is increasing, mobile internet it is using increasing. So now what could be the attacker need now? So he will be check that which one, which OS, otherwise which platform the more number of users are using. Why? Because the probability is more to get to get succeed from that attacker's end. If he is an attacker, he will think that, so if 1 lakh devices are there, so according to his coding, maybe he thought like that at least one device can be compromised. Okay, but if I have 1 crore devices, then easily he can say that the probability can be 10% at least. So then that means if that is the case, if he's thinking, then he's try to attack that n number of the times. So what if my device is attacked in that case? You know that. So here you can see that mobile payments, when the device is attacked, so then what about this payment information? So nowadays what you are doing, then you're simply going to anywhere, doesn't matter whether it is a rural area, whether it's urban area, it doesn't matter whether you are in a cosmopolitan city or wherever. Just go and take your mobile, scan the QR and pay the amount. That's it, done. Whatever you want, you can do it with this mobile only. So are you anytime questioned when you are scanning something? Are you thought like that? Is this QR code is correct? Is that QR code having any malicious thing? I hope that at least I'm thinking so. At least the 50% members won't think like that. This QR code may have a bug in this side. Maybe may have some malicious data inside it, which can be affect my phone after scanning this code. So at least the 50% may not think about it. I'm thinking so. So then, so if that code is affected, so then what will happen? So now it is entered into your device, and all the data, whatever the sensitive data we are discussing, that data can be get into that other's hand. So like this, the attacks also be increasing into day-to-day life. So that you can see here. Cybersecurity incidents from 2016 to 19, you can see that in the 16 hardly we can see that 50,000. And 2017, this is a very minimal growth we can see, but 2018 you can see that. So it is almost 4 times. Then 2019, if you see, then from 2016 to 2019, it almost 6 times. So this is that you can assume that how much big threat it is now. The cyber security is how important we have to be understand by using the statistic, by seeing the statistics easily. So then whenever we are saying, then these mobile devices are the attacks on these mobile devices are increasing. So then how these attacks can be happen? How these attacks can be happen? The first question. So then the attacks can be happened majorly according to that reports, which is antivirus reports and some security analysis institute and organization release the every year they will release the reports. According to their reports, every time the finmost, the first thing is always they are indicating that on clicks are the click malware, we can simply. That means on click. In a device, whatever you are doing, everything is on click only, correct? You will give a fingerprint. Yes, it is a click. After that, whatever the application you are selecting, you have to tap it, so that nothing but a click. And you want to type some message, again you have to click only. So everything is on click, on click, on click, on clicks only. Okay, yeah, you can say that I have Alexa, I have some other voice controllers also. Yes, you have, but all that operations you may not perform with that virtual assistant, in my opinion. So whenever you click something, then So there is a chance that anytime by mistakenly, if you click on any malicious URL, why? Because what we will do sometimes by mistakenly when you're scrolling your screen also, some message if comes, sometimes you will click on that message. If that message is containing any URL which is malicious, okay, so then what will happen? Now that URL will be redirected to somewhere, and then sometimes even it won't redirect to anywhere, especially some couple of years back when you click something, so sometimes some applications will be installed inside the device. If it is installed inside the device, then it will be stay somewhere in the device and it start affecting your device, your entire application, your entire device actually. Here you can see one of the example, Agent Smith. What is this doing? So people are thinking like that. Always I'm downloading the application from the Play Store. So Play Store, all the applications are very secure. So my device is 100% secure. Okay, first time you downloaded it from that Play Store, that is well and good. So what about the update? When you install the application, it will ask for that. It will ask for permission. Give a permission to auto update according to these versions. So most of the time what we will do, we will give as a allow. So now whenever it is going to be update, then what it will do now? So it will add some patch things. Patch means that some malicious code. It will inject some data, especially in the sense of maybe the ads, or in the sense of that other application, it will be inject. So that injected version, now first initially whatever you downloaded and whatever you use, it is perfectly all right. It is very good. Fine application, secure application. But now whatever the second version it is released, we cannot say that that application is 100% secure now. May chances that application is affected already. So that application now causes the damage to your device. So here, if you're seeing this screen, you may understand very easily. Agent Smith, we can see that user downloads that Agent Smith infected app. So now the core malware infects that innocent apps with that commands, XYZ commands. So control and coordinate. Here that complete control and according to the commands, like in a root, I can use it, ADB shell like that. And then I can see that other applications which are having the same permissions between these two applications. So which are the applications having that same permissions? Now it can be access that data. That is a one way it can be attacked. And the second thing, you can see that the app displays the ads. So most of the time when you are using the device, you suppose if you are using the device, or else if you are giving mobile, if you are given mobile to your kids, in both cases what will happen? So most of the time we can see that in suddenly the pop-ups will come, it will show some ads, suppose something like a game if you are playing, otherwise the same dog scanner if you are using. When you scan that application, if you want to share that application, before that it will show some ad. So this application will do more clarity scanner, like that it will show. So by mistake, if you click on, so it will be redirect to so and so application, and then again it will ask for that install it continuously. It will ask that. So then what is here? It is happening now. The application which is you are using may be the perfect one only, but it is showing the ads. Due to that ads, that application is invoking other applications. So that application may be affected. So now once one affected application is installed in your device, now that entire device's security is a big question mark to the user. And the unfortunate thing is sometimes these applications which are installed by the other applications, maybe they can be hidden somewhere in this mobile. So if it is hidden somewhere in these mobiles, so now what we can say then, so that application if hidden inside these devices, so the data what it is using, that how much time that application is running, and how much data, how much time that battery it is consuming, how much time it is alive, and how much data it is transferring to servers, this all we don't know. Why? Because you are unable to see that application, it is a hidden inside it. So this is one of the major threat nowadays. So this is threat is identified even by OWASP and these also. So hidden applications are leaking the data, So memory leaks is happening because of this, as well as the information can also be the sensitive information also can be captured this application and it will send to some other applications. Sometimes 1 year back like that, there is one application, Doctor 360, like that one application is there, that is a battery application. So when you install application, it will show that your device will be safe after this scan. So then you have to scan that application. When you scan the application, then it will clean some so and so memory. So some MB it will be clean, but after that it will show that deep clean. There are some files are existing inside the device, do the deep clean. Then you click on that one, it will ask for that. So give some permissions, so which can be install unknown resource, which can be install apps from unknown resource. This is one permission is there, it will ask that. So when you enable it, then only the application will come back and you can use it easily, or else every time it will be redirected to that only. So then what we will do? Okay, let it be. It will do anyways. A deep clean it will do na. If some malicious things are there inside it, it will be clean. So I will give this permission. Once you click on that one, and internally it will install one more application, that is a deep scan now. That scan, deep scan, sometimes it is visible and sometimes in some devices it won't visible. Okay, that means that application is a part of some malware actually. So that is the one way that information can be leaked through that application. So that's what we have to be identify whether these hidden apps are present in your device or not. By using some applications also we can see, or else you can see that in your mobile how many applications are there. The same number of applications are present inside the app management in that settings. Both ways you can check it. CDAC Hyderabad is developed one application mKavach using that. So if it's going to be released in the next week, so if you install that, you can be identify that how many hidden apps are present inside your application. Otherwise, the government of India banned some applications. How many are banned applications are present, still present in your device? And then after that, how many are installed device, means third-party application. These all are listed out by using that mKavach application. So these are the some like mKavach. I'm not saying that only mKavach, some other applications also there. You can use any application to identify this one. Why? Because your device security is more important than anything. So then the another threat we can say that mobile phishing is nothing but especially for the URLs, and then same thing that the same time that's a look and feel, everything will be like a original, like a parent only, like a SBI. If you're taking the same look and feel, it is look and feel, everything is like SBI only, where sometimes in the SBI all will be shows in a capital, and where some text they will add in a down or somewhere they will add it. Okay, so what we thought, it is also be like SBI, so use it. So in a Play Store, we have so many fake applications, so many other applications are present inside that Play Store. So suppose if you type that SBI, only one application you will get, or that more than 10 applications you will get it. So that means some other applications also present on the same name. So you have to be identify that which is exactly true. The same time when the URL come hitting in your device, you have to check whether these devices, these URLs are proper or not. These all we have to be check every time. And the fake application, just now whatever I told, the fake application, the look and feel, the name and everything look like same, but actually that application is not similar to our original application. Suppose that how the fake application, simple word I can tell you then. So then suppose MRF is one company is there, otherwise any other company you can take, some famous company. So what they will do, MRF tires are providing some discount, they are telling like that, you will get a one message like that. When you click on that, it will redirect to the Play Store, and the developers also, developers name also, it will look like MRF India Private Limited, like that they will be write it. So what you thought, so yes, this is a MRF company only, so this app is belongs to the MRF, so you can trust it and you can install and you can use it. But is it really MRF having that mobile app? That is a big question. So if that MRF organization don't have a mobile app, so now automatically now whatever we install, that is a fake application, correct? So that's what, anytime if you install some applications, first of all you have to verify whether this application, whether this company organization having this mobile app or not. First that we have to check it. And then format, like through the message you can think so, and sometimes it can be through any mails, it can be, and sometimes it can be through the WhatsApp, and it can be with it can be like any I will answer your queries end of my session, so please uh, wait for a couple of minutes. I will be answer your all the questions. So then malware, whatever, it can be entered in the type of the photos, and it can be that in the emails, and in the sense of your SMS, everything you can get it in any format. You can get it by clicks, and this it can be affect your complete device actually. When it comes to the next one, spyware, the spyware is one of the major threat we can consider from past couple of years we are considering. Why? Because the spyware is simply by using especially the camera and mic, you can see that. So then some of the applications will stay in a background and they can access this camera easily. So then what it will do, it start capturing the pics even without noticing to the user. Even so that that user also don't know now that camera is capturing the pics. So if he is having any personal or sensitive photos, if we have, then so that data can be published to anywhere. The attackers can use it for any purpose actually. So where the social engineering attack I told, where it is also be part of that, your voice recorder, the spyware means nothing but it's a mic also, that mic, otherwise the camera, whatever it is capturing, that social engineering means the people can use this data in the name of somebody. So the pics, whatever they collected, they can use it under some other case actually, some other purpose. They can be sell these images and everything for other people, and they can get some financial gain. Where ads, we can say that somebody just now is asking that, so if I once one click is sufficient on the ads to install the malicious applications. Yes, actually it is sufficient to install that ads, but in an older version. Now present version, the thing is, it is not similar exactly. So now they are the Google itself is stopping the so many. It is keeping so many barriers. So that means after compulsory the user should be redirected to any app store. So this is the one weak point. We can say that it can be redirected to any app store, like that. It can be redirected to that data means Google Play Store. Otherwise, if you are using Realme, otherwise MI, Xiaomi, if you are thinking, they also have their own app stores they have. Sometimes what will happen, it will be redirected to there and immediately it will be installed. So that is the biggest threat actually. So that's what we have to be use the Google Play Store always, and always the clicks are matter. That means you have to be read about that application, their reviews and their ratings and developers, then only go for installation. That is the way we can be stop these all. And the ransomware, we know that different types of attacks were happen. You can see here, zero click spyware attack was happened. Where this is that Israel cyber groups are created one ransomware. So according to this ransomware, the people are sending call. So if you answer the call or not also, okay. So then what it is doing now? So then they will send some message, and if you click on this message, otherwise they will give a call. Once the call is received to your mobile, so then what people are doing in the meantime, whenever it is ringing your device, ring the device, at that time they are capturing that information from your device, and then they are entering into your WhatsApp app, and then they are storing the information what you are chatting with others, and what is the sensitive information you are passing to others. But think they are not attacked in all the devices. They are attacked in some high level people they targeted, and from those people only they are injected this attack actually. And that is complete zero click attack. And here one more attack, you can see that like a ransomware kind of that here it is doing, they are attackers will take that advantage of present situation always. So when this COVID-19 started in that early states, then they created one application, so that we call it as a COVID-19. This COVID-19, what this application will do means, it will show that on your surrounding somebody having anybody having this virus or like that, they want to be project, and even they will show that in entire country how many are there, entire globe how many members are affected, and day by day, minute to minute updates like that, they are projected initially. But later, what it was happened when people are starting using, so initially it is asking one or two permissions. After that, it is taking almost all the all the sorry, all the required permissions. So after getting all the required permission, then your device will be locked. So your device will be locked completely, and then it will show like that, pay some amount, $100. So then only we can unlock your device. If you are thinking like that, so we can do that a complete factory reset. I will go for the customer care and I will do the complete factory reset. Then my data will, so now the attacker won't enter into my device. Yes, he won't enter. But already he locked your device, means the data which is inside of the device is completely in his hand. He can be publish the data and he can get more amount rather than the $100. So that is one of the attack we saw recently. And nowadays also you people can be go and type the COVID. So the government of India told that they are going to be released on a app. Using that app we can be get that vaccination and this all. Just they said one name COVID, and the name of that COVID already there are 3 to 4 apps are already present in the Play Store. So the name they are using here and they are attacking, they're doing something else, but the name they are using from that officials actually means that whatever it is released the name, that they are taking it as advantage and they are doing. So IoT threats and Wi-Fi threats are interlinked. Why? Because we know that one device if compromised in this your home, then all the devices will be compromised by using this network. Why? Because nowadays people are hearing that fiber connections are going ahead entire world. So in entire India, especially, we can see that. So that means all that they are telling very simply, using one device, you can connect to the TVs and all your mobiles and all your IoT devices. And even they are saying that all that, even the lamps and everything is connected to the single router. So what about then if single router is compromised? That means your home is compromised now completely. They can capture the pics, they can be capture your voice, what you are discussing at home, what you are doing at home, everything they can be get it. That's that much easy now. So that means these are the threats we have to be aware, and we have to be use the strong passwords. So then only we can avoid this IoT threats and the Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, one more thing is never connected to the public Wi-Fi. The people nowadays we are hearing that this city is going to be complete Wi-Fi free city. That means you can sit anywhere and you can be do something with that Wi-Fi. The same time, the attackers also can be sit in the same city and they can also be attack any device. Correct? So that's what. Don't use that the public networks and go ahead with the proper networks, secure one. And data leaks, and we know that. So once the device, if you are giving that survey kind of things, if then conducting, and sometimes when you are using the social websites and these all, then they will collect your data analytics. We know nowadays we are hearing that word most of the time because the Facebook and these all will be get your data, and then your interest and what kind of products you are observing and what you need. These all the information they can collect and they can give it to some other. So like that they can be get it. And misconfiguration of the device. So always we have to be careful about the configurations of your device. Then only you can then only you can be avoid the minimal amount of this minimal amount of attacks. You can be stop it actually, at least the minimal amount. I'm saying that completely you cannot hand over the device to that somebody. So you can see that these are the fake and what we discussed already. And then that mobile phishing, you can see the text is completely zigzag, means a completely shuffled here, but still you are able to read that entire paragraph. I'm thinking, so if you give a try also, you can easily read it without any lagging actually. Why? Because according to the human mind, that first and last letter only most of the time we will observe, and the rest of the things we will be memorized from our memory, and then we can go ahead for the next. The same thing when you are seeing the URLs, you may not observe that single letter, otherwise dots and these all you cannot observe that. When you click on that, then automatically that attacks can happen. Hidden apps and these all we discuss. And now the remedies we can be see that these are the just tips actually. That means you have a device with you, so you can do these small tips and to avoid this kind of any attacks actually. So you can see here. So you have this. We have very simple things that settings we have. Once you go for the settings, we have that backup and reset. Once you will see that option. It will look like here. You can go for the settings and backup and reset. It is available here. You can see here. So now, what is the thing? So if you backup my data every time, if you are keeping, then so what will then always this data will be backup into the cloud. Then how could you say the cloud is safe? So whatever, if you capture the pic, immediately it will be sent to the cloud. If you store some video, immediately it will go, and your voice records and everything it will be transferred to that cloud. So do you observe that if you have a Google account, once you go for the Google account, and if you see there, so there are some options, then some options will be available. So that options, what it will do, it most of the time it will be capture that audios. So then it will be stored inside your Gmails only. If you see then your Gmail account, you're able to find out some of the video calls, some of the voice, especially voice, it can be available that you can be listen that maybe without your notification, without your notice also, sometimes it will be stored. And the same thing next, there are some smart locks will be always, you can be opt for this option, the smart lock. So which areas you have to be, your device can be unlocked, and which areas you have to be keep it is in a lock situation only. Those all we have to be according to the places and according to the device, you have to be keep as a smart lock. And this is the most important thing. You can be observe this one in your mobile, go for the settings, and you are able to find this Google. And then in that number of options will be, in that one option, we can say that ads. Go and opt out this ads personalization. So this ads personalization, please, you have to be disable it. Then what will happen? So then whatever that you are in searching and whatever you are doing, that information won't store inside it. So now whatever your interest and whatever that means, if you give this one, the device start reading your mind actually. So that's what we have to be disable this one. And this is the most important thing, everybody knows it already. So that once if you given the location permission to this Google device, to device, under device, so what will happen? So where you went, which suppose in a 2016, if I purchase my mobile and if I given the location permission, so today if I want to know that where on this day in 2016 where I am, so open your Google account and go for that location history, and you are able to see that on that day where you travel. You went for movies, and after that you went for the office, and after that went for movies and hotel, and you came back to your home. This entire map you can see inside your location history, which was happened almost 3 years back. So this all you can be see it very easily there. That's what we have to be switch off this. We have to turn off this location one, and you can see that. So suppose if your device is lost, then we are not assured that our data is not with the other's hand. So that's what we have to do. So that if I lost the device, it's okay, but my data is more precious than the device. So that's what. So keep it as an automatical wipe and reset. So that's you can keep the number of that unlocks if 10 times if they given wrong password like that, then automatically they have to be wiped the data like that. One option will be available in the setting security. You can take that. Actually, you can opt it, and then it is good. And the last thing, notifications. This is one of the sensitive information, sensitive issue also. So what is this thing means? When you do the transaction, you know that we will get a OTP. So correct. So then if you are thinking like that, your device is locked, so nobody can see my OTP, and then happily you slept on that night. So what will happen the next morning? The recently it was happened, example only I'm taking, that's what I'm telling. So next day, therefore the means that guy observed that one, so there are 2 to 3 transactions were done already. So then he questioned, means he thought like that my device is locked and I didn't open it, and nobody knows my pattern. Then how I lost my data? How I lost my credit card amount? So the thing is, somebody in their home knows about, they are know about this credit card details. They entered that, and then OTP came. But OTP is OTP came, but the OTP is showing on the notification bar. Means even device is locked, the OTP can be visible now. So what is the use of now device locked? So that's what we have to be hide the sensitive notifications. You can see the settings, and there that as notifications will be, go for it and disable all the applications notifications. If you want, then keep it, but the suggestion is always disable that. And the same thing, always disable the application if they are using unknown resource. This is what I told, that where application will ask for this permission and they can install this application from unknown resource. So better you always disable this. And then always check for that any update is available. If update is available, then we have to be update that OS. So that's it. This is all we discussed already. And yeah, thank you one and all. This is end of my session. And I hope you got some little idea about this mobile security and this all actually. Yeah, now we can see that questions. Okay, just give a moment. I will stop sharing this. Yeah. So if any questions, you can type it here. Uh, can we take a little break? I hope I already continued. So then can simply clicking on a pop-up advertisement install a malicious program or a code in our phones. Yes, I answered this question. I'm thinking so. Then what is your view on a OS whose updates have been stopped by the phone companies? Nitin sir, actually cannot answer this. So my view means I can say that harden the Android OS is a better to avoid all these kind of attacks. So hardened OS means take that OS from the people and then change according to that things. So then we can be install that application second. Why? Because Android is open source. So hardened OS is one of the better option to avoid these all security issues, in my opinion. Any other questions? Any queries? Slides are moving. Okay then. Naresh sir, can I close my session then? I hope so. There are no doubts. Naresh sir, are you there? Hello.